If you can just kind of talk to me about the process of developing this movie versus the animated series. I heard that you're trying to go a darker route than what we typically have seen.
Yeah. I should have started.
Oh no! Yeah. That was,
Yeah, well, obviously it's given great scope. Actually, this because it's I think it's 93 minutes or something. This movie. So it means that we could take our time with the characters and everything, and actually explore that through the sort of the longer process, So you weren't actually doing it in short bursts of like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and you didn't need to tell like a perfect story in those 5 minutes or anything, So for me personally, I played Chaz Chandler in the movie, who's Constantine's friend. And it actually starts off with a sort of quite an emotional scene with the two of us when they catch up in a bar and a restaurant, and they haven't seen each other in 20 years. And for me, it was great because we could actually take the time in that. It wasn't quick. There was enough time to breathe. We played it like a proper scene, like if it was a live action scene, And it's all down to the writing. JM's a wonderful writer, and then the movie goes to weird and wonderful and dark places and very disturbing because it's an R-rated movie, of course, which you can't do a lot on the short little sort of episodes as well. So, but because it gets so dark and everything, we've grounded it in that real emotion between the two characters and a lot of the other characters as well. Like my daughter's in a real bind. She's in a coma at the start of the movie, and so my character goes to Constantine for help. And they haven't spoken to each other. My character and Constantine haven't spoken to each other in 20 years because of something really bad that happened in their past 20 years ago, which gets revealed further on in the movie. So it's great fun, and you have the license basically with a longer version like this to take your time and to really tell the story.
And I understand that you were also in Pirates of the Caribbean, which is live action.
Yes.
Have you found different challenges or surprising enjoyment in doing animation versus live action?
Yeah, well, I've done a lot of live action. I was in the first Pirates of the Caribbean and the fourth. They asked me back to do the fourth at World's. What's it called? Wasn't World's? I'm going to get it. On Stranger Tides was the fourth one. I can't even remember the name of the movie. So I played Lieutenant Gillette in that, And I've done a lot of other live action things as well. But well, ostensibly you don't have to learn lines when you're doing an animation, so that's always good. But no, it's great fun, and there's a wonderful release as an actor if you're doing animation, because you can go anywhere, and I love just putting on different voices, and you're not bound by having ginger hair or a big nose or being an Irish guy. You can do whatever, So it's great fun. And you get to work with different people as well, as you do in live action. But and animation is great, and I've had such great respect for the artists and the whole process of it as well. Because I got into it quite late, but I've actually done a lot of video games as well, and what else? Yeah, it's wonderful. And working on this movie was great, and I was actually surprised how dark it gets and how much they actually get away with in this movie, or not, because it is R-rated, but it was great fun.
So would this be like the conclusion of the Constantine story, or should we expect maybe future?
Well, obviously I'm not a Warner Brothers mouthpiece, but I would think this is a wonderful springboard for to go on, and this is it's a great origin start, and there's no loose ends in this movie because we tie everything up beautifully, but there's definitely scope for more Constantine if you guys want it, which I'm sure you do.
And for you as Damian, if you were plucked and placed into the Constantine world, how would you think you would fit in? Would you be a villain? Would you be the side?
First, I'd be terrified, I think. But as me, as myself, what would I be? What would I be? Oh.
Like if someone was to take you and write a character around you.
Yeah. Stereotypically, I'd probably be an Irish barman in it or something, who would serve Constantine one of his whiskies and maybe light a cigarette. But I'd like to think I'd be an arch villain in one episode. I would like that, like a Bond villain with a twirly moustache or something. I could do that.
Very cool. That may be it. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Lovely to meet you.
All right. Thank you.
Damian, you can move on a round table.